Hey everyone, hey there friends. Joy here with SubRosaTea.com. How are you today? In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about our leap year celebration collection. You know me, I love a themed collection. We love any reason to celebrate. We've got a brand new collection of 6 delicious teas. These are all Scottish culture inspired teas. So I want to tell you all about that. But first off, before I go any further, I want to say that next Sunday is when a very large football game is going to be on television. So I don't plan to go live, but there might be a reason for me to go live. So feel free to leave us a comment and let me know what you guys think, if I should or if I shouldn't. In the past, I have talked about super teas, super hydrators, super antioxidants. So we've got a really good reason to talk about our tea, but I might have to skip it next week. Also, before I get into the Scottish theme teas, I want to make sure that everyone saw that we do have other themed tea collections right now. Mardi Gras is going to be on February 13th. So we have got a fabulous collection of Mardi Gras and New Orleans and French food inspired teas all together in the Mardi Gras collection. We also last week introduced a collection that we call Breakfast in Bed. It's kind of a perfect Galentine's Day or Valentine's Day gift package for you to really elevate your brunch experience with delicious teas. So whether you are looking for a teapot for sitting down or a tumbler for walking around, we really do have some great tea accessories and great teas. Hey there, Betty. Betty is watching live over on our mobile shopping app, and she just said that she's of Scottish descent. How fun. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Betty. So for those of you watching live, I am live over on our social media and also on our mobile shopping app. So that gives you 2 places to watch the videos and to be able to shop. If you're watching on social media, you can shop at SubRosaTea.com. All of the tea I'm going to be talking about today are in our limited edition collection. And then those of you on the mobile shopping app, you can find today's teas over on the page called What's New, because they are all new today. These are all new teas. So first off, I want to say thank you for watching. Again, my name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we will ship anywhere in the United States. We do have over 100 flavors of loose leaf tea, and we also sell tea accessories. On the website, we do have a special going on. Normally, what I do when I create a new themed bundle is we have the tea being sold individually. It is loose leaf tea. You can buy the tea as a bundle where you save money. You can also save even more money if you need the tea accessory when we have a themed edition with a tea accessory. Those are called combo packs. This particular collection, Leap Year, the Scottish inspired themed teas, there's no combo pack, there's no specific tea accessory here, but what I am doing over on the website, and only on the website, you're going to see that we have a featured personality teapot that if you spend over $100 with us and other products, and then you go ahead and add that particular teapot to your cart, you'll get it for free. So that is a $38 value. That's a really big savings, friends, okay? And we do have multiple colors, style, well, one style, but multiple colors. It's a teapot and 2 teacups. Again, that special is going on right now, and that's only on the website, which is SubRosaTea.com. Those of you watching on the app, you know you've got choices as well. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Those of you who saw our Facebook event, we created an event letting you know we're almost always live on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. However, next Sunday, we're going to skip it because it's Super Bowl, and we created a Facebook event to tell people that there was a new collection, and I was going to have a guest speaker today. We were going to have a guest in-house in the kitchen to tell you all about our fabulous Scottish-inspired teas. However, he is ill at the moment. He is a real person. I did not make him up. I really was expecting a guest. He is fallen ill, so he cannot be here, but you might be interested to know why he was invited. Gordon is a dear friend. I love this man like a brother. I respect him so much. He taught me so much about sales. He helped kind of guide me in the very beginning of the tea business. He gave me a lot of confidence and a lot of he knows more about sales and people and customer service than I could ever learn. The man is really amazing. Gordon was born in Scotland, so I had to make sure that he was at least invited. I'm so sorry he can't be here, but we had a really great discussion about the teas that I was going to be introducing in this collection, and he did tell me some really heartwarming stories that I wanted you to hear, but I'm not going to take the time to tell you about them because he still might come another day, and I can still record the video with him at some other time, and maybe we can even drink a cup of tea. But some of you, the reason I bring it up is Gordon really did help me in the very beginning. In the very beginning of the business, there was no such thing as live videos, much less videos on the interwebs. And I used to spend my time going to farmers markets, festivals, fairs, craft shows, anything that would have me. So we were going to shows. So some of you in the audience may have actually met him. So why don't we just take a moment, those of you watching the video, please take a moment to just wish Gordon well. I do hope that it's a very short-lived illness and he will be just fine in a few days, and maybe we can even talk about some of these Scottish-themed teas. He really did help a lot. He helped me so much in my business in the beginning, and it was really wonderful to talk about these teas with him. So anyway, let's get to it, right? We want to make sure that we get to these teas. So for those of you watching over on social media, I will see your comments and questions. We do receive notifications, so don't hesitate. I see Jean is watching over on social. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Jean just said that she was looking forward to trying the teas. So we've got some really good ones. I always do a lot of research, like an intense amount of research. I don't share it all during the video, but I'm going to share some on at least the tea flavors to make sure you kind of know why they were chosen, how they picked, and how they fit into this great thing. But first of all, leap year. We don't get to celebrate there very often, right? This happens to be leap year. It's Summer Olympics going on, right? So that's kind of fun. But the whole reason why I decided to launch a Scottish-inspired during leap year is kind of a funny place, right, in time. It's very interesting. It's just something to contemplate why we do this to our calendar. And it just makes me think of what is another story or tale or how it works into our culture. And I was really thinking about the story of both Brigadoon and of course the modern day story of Outlander. If you're not familiar with them, they are kind of like the main characters find a portal, like big rocks, kind of like Stonehenge, that they somehow walk through and are transported to a different time and place. So leap year is one of those really funny days, and I just really thought the Scottish theme kind of just felt with the whole feel of leap year. So I know it might be a stretch for some of you, but just go with me. These teas are delicious. You are going to want some. Again, we sell loose leaf tea here. The tea are available individually in 3 sizes. The half ounce try me size makes about 5 to 6 servings. The 2 ounce makes 20 to 25 servings, and the 8 ounce bags makes close to 100 servings. They are priced individually, and you can buy them as a bundle, both on the website and on the mobile shopping app. Should we talk about caffeine or caffeine-free first? Anybody have a vote? I'm going to start with the one that I have first in my basket. Let's talk about the Tipsy Laird. Tipsy Laird. Now this is a strawberry tea. For those of you that have never heard of Tipsy Laird, it is like a big, a trifle. If you know what a trifle is, I happen to have a beautiful dish. You might have seen me use it from time to time. So they layer sponge cake and strawberries and custard, and then it is sprinkled with some sweet almonds on top. Those of you allergic to nuts, Betty, if you want something special, I can make it for you. But this recipe, the Tipsy Laird specifically, does have nuts. It has almonds right in it. So think about a strawberry and custard dessert. It is nice and smooth. This is a black tea, so it does have caffeine, approximately 60 milligrams of caffeine. That reminds me, This collection specifically does have 4 black teas and 2 that are caffeine free. I don't always stack them that way. All of my collections are different. This one is really centered on Scottish culture, and I kind of looked at Scottish culture as a whole. So even some of these things Gordon hadn't had. Gordon was born in Scotland and, of course, raised by his Scottish parents, but some of these he hasn't had, and like I said, I just kind of spanned all of Scottish culture. What things have been popular in Scotland, what are typical, what are served even sometimes for holidays, which might not be all families. But keep in mind, I mean, Scotland is geographically interesting, that they are influenced more on what they have, what they can grow, what their climate grows, things like that. I live in Ohio. Strawberries are very easy to grow here, and I bet they are there too, and that's why you're going to see some berry teas in this particular collection. Which reminds me, let's talk about the next one. The next one, the Chronican. The Chronican. This one is a raspberry tea. These 2 teas really are quite different, I have to say. It is very different. So a Chronican is a parfait. I guess a trifle kind of is a parfait too, but it's specifically layered with raspberry and oats, fresh whipped cream, drizzled with honey, and very often also a splash of whiskey. If you have a Chronican here in America, you might not have the whiskey, but over there it's very common. So this again is a black tea. We have used freeze-dried raspberries in this tea and also some bee pollen, and the bee pollen is a biofuel if you didn't know. So that's really fabulous to find it in your teas, but it does give a slightly floral balance to the raspberries, so you get those great honey notes to it. So the Chronican is a black tea with raspberries. Very delicious indeed. I would have to say all of the teas in this collection are really good hot, cold, or as lattes. This time of year, I'm always thinking of both and how we can switch it up a little bit. Next up in my basket, we have got our single malt Scotch. If you didn't know, all Scotch are considered whiskey, but not all whiskey are Scotch. Very specifically, it is a drink that a Scotch is only made in Scotland. It's a whiskey that is only made in Scotland. There happen to be 5 districts that produce Scotch in Scotland. One of them is called Campbelltown, and that specific one focuses on single malt. So we are using a single, means single brewery, distillery, makes them all, which means that they can be different years or different casks, but it's all from one distillery. The malt has to do with another part of the process. I have not used barley in this tea, even though we do have a few teas with barley, and of course whiskey is normally with barley. We've used other ingredients to kind of stimulate those tastes, as you can imagine. But Campbelltown specifically focuses on stone fruits, orchard grown stone fruits. So this single malt Scotch tea, it's a black tea of course, but it has apricot notes. So think about Scotch typically has toffee notes. It typically has smokiness to it. Those things were something I could easily create, and you're going to find them in this tea. We've used Lapsang Susang, which is a type of tea that is very smoky. I've used caramel to mimic those toffee notes, which is like a burnt sugar. So caramel notes, and again, apricot, it's mild, it's in the background, but this is a very interesting tea. It's very different than any of the other teas that we sell. This is a fabulous cold steeped. It is definitely my preference. It is very, very fun. So if you do like smoky notes, go ahead and steep it hot, but not for very long. My preference would not be that 5-minute steep that some of you do. I really like it at 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes on the hot steep. Go ahead and cold steep it if you're not into the smoky notes, or if you just want to see how the tea changes taste, whether you hot or cold steep. Very fun indeed. Next up, we have our Scottish tablet. Let me move the cue here. Scottish tablet. I'm hoping some of you know what a Scottish tablet is. A tablet is a dessert that is typically presented to a guest. So when you arrive at your hotel or your bed and breakfast, the family that you're staying with, you would most often receive a little tablet. And a tablet is quite small, but for you and I, it looks like a piece of fudge, a light colored piece of fudge. But when you eat it, it's powdery almost. So it's like a powdery fudge, which doesn't matter because it melts in your mouth anyway. But my point is that a tablet has great flavor notes because it is typically made with butter, sugar, and condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. Of course, that's going to taste fabulous, right? Can you imagine? The calories and the sugar, oh my gosh, our tea has none, right? So all of the great taste, but none of those sugar and calories. So here what I've used, again, this is a black tea, and it does have butterscotch. It also has cream and caramel, so it is nice and sweet. It is smooth. It is certainly not powdery like an actual tablet is, but it's definitely a good sweet dessert tea. So Scotland, again, when you think about geography and what do they have access to, what are those flavor notes, what are those profiles, you're going to see some of them repeated just because that's what's popular there, because it is actually a pretty small country. It's not large geography-wise. Hey there, Miss Laura. Thanks for joining us live. I appreciate it. Let me toggle over to Facebook. Oh, hi, Lori and Paula. Thanks for watching. Hey there, Miss Janet over on social. I appreciate that. Okay, next up, we've got our 2 caffeine-free teas. I love caffeine-free. You guys, I think you're going to love these too. So next up is Millionaire's Shortbread. I specifically was talking about shortbread with Gordon, and he said, oh, I've not heard. I was telling him about what Millionaire shortbread is because, of course, he eats shortbread every single day at tea time with his cup of tea. Of course he is, right? Absolutely. But I was telling him that Millionaire shortbread specifically has, it's a shortbread layer with a layer of caramel and then a layer of chocolate. And so it lends itself fabulously to a cup of tea. And he said, oh, of course the rich people, they would top their shortbread, right? Of course they would. So not Gordon. I just loved his reaction to that. So Millionaire Shortbread is up next. This is a completely caffeine-free tea, which is great for those of you with that sweet tooth, especially late at night. No caffeine here. So like I said, describing the dessert that inspired this tea, we do have both caramel and dark chocolate in this tea, which is great. I've used a green rooibos, so I know some of you aren't really into rooibos teas, so you're going to see that this is a blend of both green and red rooibos. It does have a very iconic shortbread taste to it. This tea does have both walnuts and pecans, so again, this does have real nuts, real chocolate, but no caffeine, which is great. So Millionaire's Shortbread, a fabulous, delicious dessert-styled tea. Oh yeah, did I show it to you? I don't know if I did. This is the Millionaire Shortbread. Next up, number 6, caffeine-free. This one, boy, I love this tea. I literally crave it. I am so happy with how it turned out. This is mince pie tea. Now, mince pie is typically made out of raisins, currants, and sultanas, which are 3 types of grapes. They're all grapes. So mince pie is those 3 fruits mixed together with warm spices. So this time of year, absolutely perfect. In America, we typically have mince pie around Christmas, but they will have it throughout the winter season. And keeping in mind that most of them do celebrate Christmas almost later than we do there. That Christmas on December 25th is the first day of Christmas, and then they have 12 nights of Christmas. So, mince pie, very common still at this time of year, very iconic. It's been said that it was created in Scotland, so it's just iconic for what they can grow and what they can harvest. in those deep, rich, warm, delicious notes. So this tea does have raisins, as you can imagine, but it does have some sweet notes to it too, and also some cloves and orange, which bring it up, warm it up, sweeten it up a little bit. The tea really does taste like mince pie. I definitely hope that you will try it, and it's completely caffeine free. While I have you, I also wanted to make sure that you knew one more time, for those of you who are joining late, there's no combo pack with this particular themed collection. We do sell it individually and as a bundle, but we do have it on our website, and only on our website, not on the mobile app. If you spend $100 in other products of tea and such, we do have a very specific teapot and teacup set that you can get for free. As long as you spend $100 in product, put the teapot into your cart, you'll see that it's automatically coming down to free, which is a $38 value. But going back to the other items that we have right now featured, this is the month of February when I'm recording this. So this month coming up, we have a Mardi Gras and we have Valentine's Day. So this is the teapot that is featured in our breakfast in bed combo. It does have an infuser basket, stainless steel. As you can tell, it's removable. The teapot holds 2 cups. It keeps tea hot for 2 hours and is dishwasher safe. So this is one of our best-selling teapots. And with the Mardi Gras collection, let me just put that in the queue, those of you watching on the mobile app. This is our Everest tumbler. So the Everest tumbler holds 3 servings, 22 ounces. The lid comes off and it does have a stainless steel infuser basket in it. So this is perfect for walking around. This is ideal for sitting down. So we do have lots of tea accessory options here, even though we are not really featuring one specifically with the Scottish inspired teas. I'm going to scroll up both through the app and on social media to see if anyone has any questions. But that is all of the great flavors, and they are available online now. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for joining us live. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Lori just said the teas sound great, hot or cold. I know some of you are still in winter weather and freezing right now, and a great hot cup of tea just sounds perfect. But yeah, some of you are already enjoying some seasonally warm temperatures, and cold tea is just so perfect right now. The fruit flavors are just, they shine as iced tea. They really do. And it's nice when they are with black teas. They steep up so smooth and delicious as iced tea. And again, what I mean by that is cold water. So you're putting your tea leaves right in cold water in the refrigerator. My personal preference is to just do it overnight. You can set it and forget it. You don't need to set a timer. You just don't need to worry about it. And then you have your iced tea ready to go in the morning for daytime sipping, which I think is just perfect. I see lots of people watching, but I don't see too many other questions, and that is okay with me. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And again, I don't think I'm going to be live next week because of the Super Bowl, but I'll see you right back here 2 weeks from now. So thank you so much, friends, for watching. No matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a sip of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.